as everyone is ready to listen our masterclass, a speaker, Toastmaster Silpi, who is counselor, who is CBT certified coach. A lot. When I asked her, not studied today, few months back, I received 4-5 page long profile for her about her. So it is difficult to remember everything, but yes, you all will feel while listening her. So let's invite Toastmaster Silpi Upadhyay. Unlock the lock. Unlock the lock. Silpi. Over to you, Silpi.
I had just started and got a glitch. I had two options. Either I could have said, oh my God, what should I do? I had to go ahead with this. Or I need to take out the solution and work as per what I can do. I could have locked myself with my belief, oh my God, I have my device set. I have just given Table Topics Master. How can he say like this? Or else I could have chosen another option, picking up the headphones and unlocking myself to the optimism and working out for that. So now my story has changed, my dear friends. I welcome you all to today's masterclass. Let me take you through a small PPT through which I'll be able to share. I think I do not have that right of screen sharing, but in the meantime, I'll give you that brief that I'll be telling you 4 ways to unlock and lock yourself again. Can I please get the right to share the screen? So in your life, you always do not have to unlock yourself, but locking is also important. But you need to really understand what has to be unlocked and what has to be locked. So as you all can see that the quote here says, your inner potential cannot develop without your willingness and conscious participation. How many of you agree to it? Can I get some hand raise or can I get some yes or no in the chat box? With this quote and the title written beside, you can understand that where I am leading you to. We'll discuss 4 ways of locking and unlocking as I have already said. And I would want you all to take few situations along with you whenever I talk. So part 1 talks about unlocking yourself, understanding yourself. Now, let's take a small example that how and what do we mean by unlocking ourselves. Tell me how many of you have decided on something but have not attempted that due to fear or the fear of rejection, fear of failure, whatever it is. How many of you are here? And what was that situation? I give few seconds to you all to put it in the chat window. Okay, so Lucky says me, writing and publishing a book. Anybody else? So let's talk about step 1. When you really need to unlock yourself, when you really need to understand yourself. As my screen was telling very clearly, that step 1 says you need to understand your core values. Sometimes what happens that without realizing ourselves, we set our goals and targets. Without understanding ourselves, we question ourselves. We do not ever try to understand that what are our core values. I give you all a small exercise. Please close your eyes, everyone. All of you. Just try and imagine a person whom you think can be your ideal or whoever you want to follow. Anybody who you would like to follow or anybody who you would like to become like one. Now, because you have imagined that person, identify 3 core values of that person which matches to you. And does that match your target? If I want to become a Bollywood heroine, does her core value matches to me? If yes, third step, do you have any objections with her core values now and your criteria is matching to her? If those are your objections, what are your objections and why are your objections? So, first and foremost mistake, what we do, what I am trying to explain you with this exercise is, we set our ideals, we set our standards, we set our targets. We try to follow someone, but at the end of the day, we are not able to understand ourselves. We are not able to understand our core values. We are just in the race of following someone. So first unlocking is your core values. What you want to do, what you want to achieve. Are you really agreeing to that person's core values or objectives? Or this is just your thought process that you want to be? Because one thing when we set our goals is, we just see that what has been done, but how has been done has never been thought of. You need to nullify all your negatives, all your no's, which tells you that you cannot match this. You need to understand your way of reaching there. How can you nullify your no's? We all have heard about smart goal setting plans, yes or no? Absolutely yes. We have been learning it, we have been teaching it, we are thorough with that plan actually. But my question is, what about a plan when you don't identify your pain areas? How is this a smart goal setting plan helping you? If you're making a smart goal setting plan that is measurable, actionable, time specific, and short goals, then why is it not helping us? At least I make these plans 5 times in a month, but these are not helping me. Why? Because I am not able to identify my no's, my pain areas, which are very, very important. I just set the goal. I don't see the path, that what is the path, and on that path, what can be the barriers or what can be the pains. I need to identify those pains as well. Example, if I want to be the best speaker, I will set my goal. Now I want to be the best speaker in 2024 and whole world should recognize me. Oh, Shilpi, yeah, how are you? You're coming here and you're the best speaker. And I want to do it on online mode. But do I have that setup? Do I have that camera? Do I have that mic? And do I have that potential to grow? And am I giving that time to myself? And yes, if I want to get this setup, can I afford that much finance? If I want to take a separate room, can I afford that much finance? So am I able to identify my pain areas which will stop me back? Because anytime when you when you want to identify your no's, you need to identify your pain area, those areas on which you really need to work and move to your goal. Now, you need to learn and lean towards your most lovable values about which you are proud of. If you are proud about your presentation, if you're proud about your relationship building, if you are proud about your family matters, if you're proud about your financial thing, you have to be proud of that. And you need to talk it, you need to propagate it, you need to be thankful about that. Because problem comes in when we set up a goal, we forget the things we already have in hand. And we get stressed towards the thing which are probably not yet in our hand. And we talk about that always and make ourselves stressed. And you need to harness your potential. One thing happens with us, for example, if I have set a goal for 15 days, I'll achieve it. Then I'll think, Oh, I've set this goal and I've achieved it. It was such an easy task to do. Anybody could have done this. We never own our potential and we never appreciate ourselves, which is very, very important. So unlock your mindset when you say that anything what you have done is very easy. Start appreciating yourself, which is absolutely, absolutely important. Create a sketch. Here comes your vision board. You know what? I tell a very beautiful exercise that is called as mind mapping. How do we do our vision board normally is, we create a vision board, we write down that 2023 TED speaker, and here I want to be best in my job, this is my financial, and this is my economical or whatever goals I have. But what is the maps and ways to reach there? So mind mapping is one thing which has to be there in your goal setting toolbox. If you want to create a sketch, it has to be created with all hurdles, all efficiencies, all goodness you can put into that. For example, if I want to grow in my life, if I want to achieve from 5,000 to 50,000, what shall be my job role? What shall be my area of changes? What shall be my area of improvement? This has to be in my vision board, because this is going to help me to reach my vision. So create your own sketch, identifying your ways towards that. And be kind to yourself, always, because this is a very difficult situation. Okay, guys, tell me one question, because I've been speaking since long, so it's your turn now. How many of you has appreciated yourself since morning till now? Tell me. And for what you have appreciated yourself? Can I just quickly get answers in the chat box? Shall not take so much of time. And if somebody has unmuted yourself, you can mute yourself, though I'm liking the sound of the child which is coming from the background. So how many of yourself has appreciated yourself since morning till today? It seems to be a very, very difficult answer now. Yeah. Since morning, you did not get time, but you was really involved in your chorus that this is my target, this is my task, this is what I need to do. So now we are saying, when I'm asking, then we are saying that, yes, I'm grateful for spending this day, but have I appreciated myself? Have I stood in front of the mirror and said, oh, wow, Shilpi, you're looking so beautiful. This is the way you talk and this is the way you walk. This is what you have delivered today. Never. We forget the most important thing of our life. That is appreciating ourselves. And that is one thing that has to be the important part of your goal setting, because till the time you will not take onus of your achievements, till the time you will not take onus of your potential, till the time you will not realize that you are worthy of something, believe me, my dear friend, you will not be able to take a new step, because that satisfaction will not be in you. Now let's talk about that. What all shall we lock? Okay, so part 2, again, I'll tell you one more unlock and locking thing. So part 2 talks about that what locks you need to identify. Till now we discussed that what all we need to unlock from ourselves, and something we need to lock that shall not come to us, that shall not get us back. 1, blockages of generalization. We create things so generalized, we set an atmosphere, we set a mindset that is very generalized. We create an opinion that is very generalizing opinion, and we think and evaluate everything from that viewpoint only. And majorly, it happens when we start comparing ourselves with some other person. There we stop appreciating ourselves and we feel, oh, this has been done, this anybody can do this. Why only, what important have I done? We start setting benchmarks day by day, which are one above other. But what about the benchmark which you have already created? You never stop specifically on any goal which you have achieved. Rather, you start generalizing your achievements, your success. You need to lock that part. Second, on your mental filtering, switch on that fuse, switch on your mental filtering. We try to grab everything, we try to get everything. Why can't we locked with our thought process? Why can't we choose best of our 3 4 influencers? Why can't we fix in that, yes, this is the person whom I want to listen, and here, if anybody is feeling bad, it is none of my concern because I have my own things to do. Why can't we filter? So start your mental filtering, which is very, very important. Lock your mental filters. You should not be catastrophic or you need to be shouting. You need to cut it down. You cannot every time create haphazard out of the things. You cannot every time get into panic. And one important thing which we all do is the policy of knowing all or nothing thinking. I hope you all know all or nothing thinking. If not, I'll tell you. Okay, tell me how many of you know all or nothing thinking? How many of you know this? You can raise your hand. If no one, let me tell you. We start thinking, I need to get this or nothing else. If I don't get this, I am very bad. Nobody can be that bad on this earth. Oh my God, I cannot achieve this part also. So you fix up your targets. So only this or nothing. But on the way, what improvements you have done, what things you have worked upon, what all you have achieved, you stop appreciating that. That is the worst part we do. So all or nothing thinking has to be locked from today. Let's again go to part 3, which is again unlocking. Let's understand what's that. I told you that I'll take you through 4 parts of locking and unlocking. This is what I have written over here. Concrete your sense of goals. Because once you have unlocked yourself, you have tried your real potential, you have started loving yourself, you have started appreciating yourself, and you have decided what cannot affect you. Now it's time to identify your goals. Maximum times we are unable to get our true potential. Maximum times we are unable to unlock ourselves. Why? Because we never try to understand ourselves. And there we make a mistake. And that is why I made it a point that first we will talk about unlocking ourselves. And then we will go to lock the constraints what we have. And third, we will determine our goals. So you need to understand and list the clear goals. It may be smaller, no issues. It may not be that big, no issues. But it has to be your goal. If you want to just complete a chapter over a month, it is fine. If you want to inculcate a book reading habit, but you want to start only with 2 pages daily, it is fine. If you want to be a singer in the age of 45, it is fine. And if you want to be a singer who can be a melody singer with a heavy voice like me, it's absolutely fine. But it has to be your goal which appeals you. Understand one thing, when you are listing your goals, you always need to have a purpose attached to that goals. Because if we fix our goals, but we do not have that achievement value, that purpose with our goals, we start leaving that goals. And when we start leaving that goals, my dear friend, that sets us back. And that is the time which makes us realize that we are not very useful creatures on this earth. Rather, we are worthless and we cannot complete our things. So every time when you list your goals, please understand you need to have purpose set with your goals. And I don't believe in this policy that at a time you need to work only on one goal. Why? I'm a human being and I have that instinct and I have that capacity to work on. I can have 3 goals on my plate and I can complete them, dividing my time slot. But important is prioritizing. That what priority you give to your goal and how does this match to your purpose? That is very, very important. So start prioritizing your goals. As I clearly mentioned that your goal should have purpose. So you will be having your objectives, actionable objectives. Now, what do we mean by actionable objectives? For example, if I set my goal that I need to complete my doctorate by 2025, so what can be my actionable objectives? I need to start publishing research paper. I need to start writing journals. I need to start creating uh, questionnaires. So my actionable objectives of each goal can only be clear if I have my purpose set with my goal. Yes, I need to have some thumbs up. I need to have some smiles. I need to have some emojis to go ahead. That is only going to motivate me. So, can I get some emojis before I go ahead? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Danish is warning me now. Shilpi, you need to cut it off. I will do it surely. So, whenever you are achieving any objectives, I would again tell you don't go on the main goal. But if your actionables are achieved, appreciate yourself. That is very, very important because your actionable, when achieved, you are going one step closer to your goal, which otherwise you're not moving also. Got it? Celebrate success at every small point and know and identify your lacunas also, that what are still which are not moving you ahead. That is very important part as part 3. Now time to move to part 4 because else I'll see a red window. You need to sharpen your way of thinking, hone your way of thinking. You need to lean to a growth mindset. See, anytime when you'll create a goal, you will discuss it with people. And what people will do, they'll say, this is not possible. This is very difficult. Why do you want to do that? Have you ever seen anybody doing that? Obviously, boss, I have not seen doing that. That is why I'm here and I'm thinking over it. Else why would I have done that? So lean to growth mindset because there can be problems. But what is it that you'll get out of it? That is very important. Own your actions. If you are thinking something, you need to own it. You need to command it. You cannot get influenced every time by what other person says. So start owning your action. Again, you have to lock these qualities within you. This is part 4. Again, locking these qualities within you. Be realistic and positive. So you need to care for yourself that you can be very realistic while setting your actionable, while setting your goals, and be very positive. It may take some time, but don't get disheartened. You might have fixed 3 months. It might take 1 year. It is fine. At least you are moving a little bit through your actionables, which you have set. That is to be celebrated. And you always need to know your inspiration. That what is it that is inspiring you? That is why each goal shall have a purpose, that why you are setting this goal. Why is it inspiring you? If you will not have that purpose, no inspiration will be there with you. So each goal shall have a purpose. That purpose will lead you to actionable objectives. That actionable objectives will give you a sense of accomplishment. And that accomplishment is going to give you that inspiration that why you need to go ahead. Now let me give you a key, that what can be key to unlock the locks which are not important for us. Let's go ahead and understand. So perseverance. Believe me, friends, as I close last, that you need to be very, very perseverant. Keep following your goals and your goals only through the set of small actionable objectives. You don't need to set a bigger objective. Don't directly aim for goals. If I want to be a TEDx speaker, probably my first step can be preparing a video and putting it. That is my actionable objective, and I can appreciate myself for that. So appreciate your actionable objectives and be perseverant. Be patient, be calm. Things will happen in its own way. You need to think right. If you will not be perseverant, your thinking will deteriorate, which we don't want to happen. So be perseverant, be patient, be calm. You will have a lot of fears, whether this will happen or not, whether I'll be able to achieve it or not. Can I still do it? Am I still eligible for that? You need to research for your fear. Don't discuss it with your friends, but research with authentic sources and then try to combat your fear. Because you are the only one who can clarify your fears. There are various situations when we take counseling from n number of people, and then also we tend to get confused because that is not the research done by us. We are just listening to others' opinion. So your fear will always increase. And one thing more, I've heard this very recently, that whenever you are about to do the thing, you are in the biggest fear. But when you land up into that, your fear ends. That is the minimal fear you have. For example, if you want to go to a trekking tomorrow to some mountain peak, whole night you'll think, oh my God, what will happen? Will I be able to do that? Can I go that? But when you'll start doing trekking, that time your fear will be minimalist. So combat your fear. Feel proud of yourself, of every achievement, what you have in your life, of the smallest thing also. And you need to have a social support, the right social support. Very important. The right social support is very, very important. Who can be your correct critic and correct friend at the time. Neither you need to have only one person who is only critic or anyone who is only appreciating. So have a combination of a critic and appreciator. So you need to have a good support. Thank you so much also. I hope this tips will help you to unlock your lock. You can unlock and lock in 4 steps, as I said. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Silpi, for taking us so deep about our learnings and sharing important message to realize ourselves in this journey. Anyone have any question for her who would like to ask? We can take at least 1-2 more questions. At least 1-2 questions for her. Anyone has? Great. So all are thinking, Silpi, that whatever you have shared with